Good morning, third grade scholars. Miss Keck here, ready for some Tier 3 Reading Comprehension RTI lessons. We're going to jump on in today, but before we get started, we'll make sure we have everything we need to grow our brains. All you'll need today is this story. There was a little girl. She had a little curl from getepic.com. It is located in your email, and you can also go on to getepic.com and type in the title of the story. You can pause the video now and unpause it when you're ready to continue. Alrighty, scholars, super excited to get started today. Scholars, I have a question for you. Scholars, when was the time you made a mistake? Tell Miss Keck. How did you feel when you made that mistake? Thank you so much for sharing. I felt that way before too. I've made a lot of mistakes and I wanted to make it right. So, in today's story, Isabel is determined to be very, very good, but her day turns out horrid when she finds a pair of scissors on her mommy's dressing table. Let's read and find out what happens. Before we get started, we're going to make sure that we know all the sight words so when we see them in the text, we know them immediately. Our sight words are right here. We're going to say them together. What's our first one? Tell Miss Keck. There. Say it. Say it. Say it. Awesome job. Our next one is was. Say it. Say it. Say it. Our third one is, tell me, little. Say it. Say it. Say it. And our last one is girl. Say it. Say it. Say it. Awesome job, scholars. Kids' brain. Now we're going to remember what we do when we have to decode words. Can you tell Ms. Keck what strategies we use when we decode words? Awesome job, scholars. You got it. We find chunks of the word that we know and we say it faster and faster. We think to ourselves, does that make sense? We're going to practice with this word. Nepekin? Does that make sense? No, let me find chunks that I might know. Ooh, I know N-A-P is nap. I love to nap. So this says nap and K-I-N. Kin. I know the word kin. I've heard of the word kin. So I'm going to put it together. Napkin. 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 Does that make sense? Yes, there's such thing as a napkin. Awesome. So you know what I did? I found chunks that I knew and I said it faster and faster and said, does that make sense? Awesome job, scholars, of helping me decode that word. So as we are reading, we're going to have a thinking job to think about as we're reading. So our thinking job today is, what does the author want us to learn from the story? What does the author want us to learn from the story? All right, scholars, you can jump on in and start reading and decoding our story. You can pause the video and unpause the video when you're ready to jump in to our questions. Amazing job, scholars. You've showed so much growth through decoding and reading fluently. We're now going to jump into our questions, but what do we need to do before we find our answers to our questions? Tell us, Keck. You got it. We need to mine for evidence, which means we do what? You got it, scholars. It means we find our answers in the text to show our teacher that we know it's right, and we're providing evidence so we know exactly the right answer. All right, scholars, let's jump on in and answer some questions. Our first question is a factual question. It means we can find it directly in the text. So, what are some reasons Isabel was good today in the story? What were some reasons how Isabel was good today in the story? Find the evidence. Awesome job, scholars. Now tell me the answer. Tell me the answer. Amazing job, scholars. You told me all the reasons that Isabel was good in the story that day. All right, scholars, now we're going to look at an inferential question. It means we use the text in the picture and what we know to find the answer. Our question is, why did Isabel decide to cut her curls? Why did Isabel decide to cut her curls? Find the evidence. Awesome job, scholars. Now tell me the answer. Tell me the answer. Amazing job, scholars. Kiss your brain. You're doing an amazing job finding those answers, and you're growing your brain so much. All right, scholars, our last two questions are critical thinking questions, which means we think about the character's motivation or how the character might have changed throughout the story. Our first critical thinking question is, why didn't Isabel's mom tell her dad the real reason she got a haircut? Why didn't Isabel's mom tell her dad the real reason she got a haircut? Find the evidence. Amazing job, scholars. Now tell me the answer. Amazing job, scholars. Kiss your brain. You are on fire today. All right, scholars, let's jump into our last critical thinking question. It is, what does the author want us to learn from the story? What does the author want us to learn from the story? Find the evidence. Amazing job, scholars. Find the evidence and tell me the answer. Amazing job, scholars. Kiss your brain. You did an amazing job today, and I am so proud of you, and I will see you next time. Bye, scholars.